All right, Shalom Israel. Just wanted to do a lesson today. First of all, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, HaMashiach, Yahweh Shah. This is HoshaYah with Congregation of the Mighty. Just want to do a quick lesson, like I said, about, I don't know what I'm labeling it right now, but I guess this is probably going to be the label destruction of the Hebrew Israelite men and boys. Okay. I pulled up the Willie Lynch letter, and I wanted to bring out some key points on that, on what's going on with our people today, and also, of course, add that kind of parallel with the Bible. There's nothing different. They've been doing the same things forever. You know what I'm saying? And since Egypt, and this, of course, we know that we're in that spiritual place called Egypt right now. You know what I'm saying? And so we're gonna get into it, man. And I want to bring out a few verses, man. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. It's locked here, y'all. Let me get this. I'm going to bring out first. I'm going to start. I always like to start with 2 Timothy 4 and 2. All right. So we're going to go there first. 2 Timothy 4 and 2. Hold on one second. It's locked here. All right. And for those that don't know, Salakia is like, excuse me, or my bad, or like saying stuff like that, 2 Timothy 4 and 2. It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. So, a lot of us was born up in a Christian church, you know what I'm saying, and we learn all these things basically contrary to the scriptures. See, one thing they knew, and I'm going to bring a verse out on this. They knew that if the Israelites go against their God and don't keep his laws, they knew that he's going to be, they're going to be destroyed, and they're not going to be able to succeed, right? Without our power, we can't succeed. Or else, it's something spiritual, because there's no way in the world a weak nation like the Edomites can take over us, period. You understand? And, so we're going to get into some stuff, man. And I've been meaning to bring this out for a while. I'm going to start with, I'm going to read some of this letter. It's called The Breaking Process of the, they say African Woman, but we know what that is, right? Let's go to it. It says, take the female and run a series of tests on her to see if she will submit to your desires willingly. Test her in every way, because she is the most important factor of good economics. Remember that. You understand? They're doing the same thing today, and I want you to parallel life with this. How they use the woman, our sisters, to basically go against the men. Even these rappers and these songwriters, and like Beyonce, with telling the sisters, oh, you don't need no man, but yet they're married. Okay? So let's go on, let me finish, man. If she shows any sign of resistance in submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip on her to extract that last bit of B out of her. Bitch is what they got on here, right? Excuse my language. I'll lock you on that. But I got to keep it real, Israel. Take care not to kill her, for in doing so, you spoil good economics. Understand that. I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on, because they did this. They do the same exact thing. They've been doing this for a long time, and basically they've been doing this and since, of course, in slavery. I mean, it's no different than what Egypt did to us, and we're gonna bring that out too. All right, and all right. So here we go. When in complete submission, she will train her offsprings in the early years to submit to labor when they become of age. You see that, Israel? Come on, man. Understanding is the best thing. Therefore, we shall go deeper into this area of the subject matter concerning what we have produced here and there in this breaking process of the female nigger. We have reversed the relationship. In her natural uncivilized state, she would have a strong dependency on the uncivilized nigger male, and she would have a limited protective tendency toward her independent male offspring, and would raise male offsprings to be dependent like her. Pay attention, because this stuff happens just not like today. I mean, we see it all the time in our boys. You understand? And then the fathers that are there, they're basically, they have our wives get on us about trying to make them men. You understand? And they still hold them back. All right, sisters, we got to do better, man. We got to, and I'm bringing this out not to bring you down, but to build you up. There's a difference, man, and we have to do this together. All right. Let's finish. Nature had provided for this type of balance. We reverse nature by burning and pulling a civilized nigger apart and bullwhipping the other to the point of death, all in her presence. We do this now. See, they do this like with the police, right? Yeah, they have a police officer beat us down in front of our family on TV. We record it. They doing it again. You understand? And they beat them down to the point where now, like, the women, they baby them, so much that they think they're protecting them, but really they hurting them. You understand? And this is all by design. All right. So they do these things to our kids, and basically when a husband, it's good men out there. You know what I mean? When a husband try to tell the brother, the young king, like, yo, listen, you need to do this and do that, go to school and or do something, to get a trade that you can do, make your own, do your own business. That's my suggestion. You know what I mean? Go to school, get a trade, and do, something that you can do for yourself. You understand? So you can work for yourself. You understand? I don't advocate work, going to school to learn to work for this devil, but you know what I mean? Stuff happens, but you know what it is. Let me finish. By her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed. So you see that the male image destroyed. Their whole agenda is to destroy the image of the man. And the crazy thing is, our sisters is with this still. I see memes all the time degrading our men. It's always lifting the sisters up, but never the men. You understand? Sisters always putting Negroes in you understand? They got these songs with "Don't give a F about a nigga." You understand what I'm saying? And it's crazy to me, right? When we try to correct our sisters, they get mad at us. You understand? They say that we're being down, we're going looking down on them, and we're holding them back, and we're evil towards them. They don't understand that this is love. To tell you to stop twerking, be a woman, stop taking pictures with your butt out. You understand what I'm saying? That's love. We tired of seeing that. Real men, anyway. We want wives and husbands and wives, not boyfriends, baby mamas, and jump offs. You understand? But then they dance to a Negro, these rappers saying F you, and I don't give a F about you, and I just want to hit it, I want to do this, and all this explicit stuff. You know what I mean? And then they got the sisters dancing butt naked in the videos. They dance to that. They love that. But when we tell them the right thing, they hate it. But let me finish, man. I'm sorry, sisters, man. I just got to go in on this. The ordeal, okay, so let me go back. By her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed, the ordeal caused her to move from her psychologically dependent state to a frozen independent state. In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offsprings in reverse roles. We see that today, Israel. We got women putting dresses on their boys, putting pants and jogging suits and jock straps on the girls. You understand? And a lot of that stuff, you can see a lot of that stuff in these Christian churches, where the men are effeminate and the women are masculine. Who you think taught us Christianity? These same people that follow this guideline right here of the Willie Lynch letter. All right. So let's go again. So okay. So in this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles. For fear of the young male's life, she will psychologically train him to be mentally weak and dependent. Did you hear that, Israel? She will psychologically train him to be mentally weak and dependent, but physically strong. Because she has become psychologically independent, she will train her female offspring to be psychologically independent. That resonates with me. You understand? I mean, that got to resonate with a lot of people. You understand? With a lot of our people, because I see it all the time. Okay, let me finish. What have you got? You got the nigger woman out front and the nigger man behind and scared. This is what they want. That's over. You understand? Train your men to be men. Men, step up, man. Be men out here. Anyway, this is a perfect situation of sound sleep and economics. Before the breaking process, we had to be alertly on guard at all times. That's that fear stuff. They scared, man. You understand? Now we can sleep soundly, for out of frozen fear, his woman stands guard for us. What you just see there? You just saw the woman, the Negro woman, the Israelite woman, protects the slave master. Anyway, he cannot get past her early slave molding process. He is a good tool, now ready to be tied to the horse at a tender age. By the time a nigger boy reaches the age of 16, he is soundly broken in and ready for a long life of sound and efficient work and the reproduction of a unit of good labor force. Continually through the breaking of uncivilized savage niggers, by throwing the nigger female savage into a frozen psychological state of independence. Let's think about independence, that state of independence. Let's see let's parallel with this for today. What's that today, Israel? You know what that is? Let's see. That started a long time ago. It's called matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to the 60s with the that woman's right movement. The feminist movement, sorry. It started from the feminist movement. They didn't give a dang about our women, our Hebrew women. What they just wanted them to turn against their husbands, and also, you know, build their numbers up. You know what I'm saying? But really, it was to break us. Okay? And then what happened? Let's see. Welfare came, the government, the white daddy, the Edomite daddy came and told our sisters, like, hey, listen, if you don't get this man out of here, we won't take care of you. We won't pay your rent. We won't give you money so you can buy food, or food stamps so you can buy food, if you don't get that Negro male out of here. What happened with that? What happened? So the sisters, you know, they went with that. They kicked the men out. The brothers in the street, he introduced crack on the streets. Now the brother's so stressed out, he on crack. He all messed up now. The woman saying to his kids that your father ain't ish. I'm gonna hold you up, son. I got you. You understand what I'm saying? I know this because I know brothers now that basically the mother is keeping them away from their children because she's bitter. Because the brother couldn't deal with the sister for whatever reason, but he loved his children. And you know what I'm saying? And she treat the man like crap and basically talk reckless about him to his kids. Our sisters fell for that serpent, that same serpent in the wilderness that did that with Eve, that dealt with Eve, that same serpent, that's the same serpent that's working with our sisters today. Eve, you got to leave that serpent alone, man. You understand? You hate to be told what to do, man, or you hate the pressure to be on you. But we have to start doing that. If we love y'all, we have to do this. Men, step up, man. Stop being cowards, man. You understand what I'm saying? All right, anyway, so let me finish. Hold on, Salaki, let me find out where I was, man. I just went in a little bit. Dang, Salaki, man, I got hold on, Salaki. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me start back. Continually through the breaking of uncivilized savage niggers by throwing a nigger female savage into a frozen psychological state of independence, by killing the protective male image, and by creating a submissive, dependent mind of the nigger male slave, we have created an orbiting cycle that turns on its own excess. Forever. Unless a phenomenon occurs, like this truth, it reshifts the position of the male and female slaves. You know what that was? That phenomenon was? These scriptures, the Holy Spirit coming to us and waking us up. Israel. And we know what's going on now. You understand? It's time to change that. All right. Shifts in the position of the male and the female slaves. We show what we mean by example. Take the case of the two economic slave units and examine them closely. The Negro marriage. I got to get into so much, man. I got to read some more of this, but I'm going to bring out a scripture real quick. All right. Let's go to Exodus 1 and 8. I want to kind of parallel some things that's going on, all right? Now, this is a few reasons. There's a few things, rather. Also, I want to talk about how they attacked the male, the brothers. You know what I mean? The Hebrew boys. You understand? I'm gonna go to Exodus 1, and I'm gonna start at 8. And he said unto his people, "Behold, this is Pharaoh, right? That new Pharaoh. I'm gonna bring it out. Hold on. Oh, let me start at 8. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, The people of Israel, of the children of Israel, are more and mightier than we. First of all, they know we more and mightier than them. You understand what I'm saying? They know this. And they know when once we come together, it's over. Verse 10, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, just like we did in America. We built treasure cities here, right? That's basically what they were telling the women, reverse roles, keep them submissive, but at the same time, they're strong. You understand? Their strength. They need their strength because they're going to build an empire, which we did. All right. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Python and Ramses. Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. You know, when we stress out, you know what we do, Israel. We have more babies, put it that way. We relieve our stress differently. You know what I mean? We're not like the Edomites. We don't go kill ourselves and have sex with dogs and horses. We impregnate. You understand? But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. They grieved because of us, man. Especially because there's truth coming out. Well, let me finish. Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. I'm sorry. We know that. We're doing that now. They're keeping us so busy. Now it's to the point, basically, the husband and the wife got to work. So they can control our children through the media. You understand? These cell phones, the computers, the what else? The TV. You understand what I'm saying? They're educating our kids. This is all by design. Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, and in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. That's why we get these blue-collar, hard-working jobs that tire us out. We don't even have time for our children. We come home from work, we dead tired. We fall asleep because we got to get up early in the morning and do the same thing over again. You understand? Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, the women, of which the name of the one was Sifra, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, and if it be a son, then he shall kill him. Then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Israel, do you see this? You understand what I'm saying? This is why our brothers get shot in the streets. This is why we lose our life, sisters and brothers. All right? To destroy the black male, but lift up the sister. That's why when you look up memes, you'll see all type of memes. Yo, you're a strong black sister. Oh, you can do anything. You don't need him. Or we get with white men. I saw a meme like that, telling them they should leave us alone and get with white men instead. Oh boy. Anyway, verse 17. But the midwives feared God. We feared the Most High, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. You understand? These were sisters. They knew what was up. They feared the Most High. It's like sisters in the truth. Y'all know what's up. You understand? Don't fall for these tricks of this world, man. Y'all know better. Y'all know the truth. If you don't, you better ask somebody, right? But the midwives feared Yahweh, or the Most High. Anybody don't know? Yahweh is the Most High's name, God's name, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women. It's a difference. We're not like them. And that go for all these Egyptology following people. You understand? We are not like them. We might look alike, basically in skin color, and possibly some hair texture, but we are not the same people. Our people fight for the Egyptians that had us in bondage more than they fight for us. I'll get into that stuff another time. Let me go back. Verse 19, it says, and the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not like as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Verse 20, therefore Yahweh, or God, or the Most High, dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. You heard that before. We don't die, we multiply. That's what we do. They've been trying to stop us from having children forever. That's why we got Planned Parenthood everywhere. You understand? They put it in our foods. But we don't die, we multiply. And remember, the Northern Kingdom, which are the Hispanic kingdom, and the natives, they grow. We all grow. Verse 21, and it came to pass, because the midwives feared Yahweh, the Most High, that he made them houses, and Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bare a son. And when she saw him, that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. I don't want to get into that, because that of course that go into Moshe, what they call Moses. You know what I'm saying? But basically I brought that out because I wanted y'all to see the parallel, how parallel this is with when we were in Egypt to now. Okay? We see this stuff happening. We know what's going on. Okay? So I brought that out and that. So I'm going to get to a few more scriptures, man. I'm going to go to Isaiah 3:12 right now. All right? And I'm going to this because I want to show you that this was all prophesied. You know what I'm saying? I can go to so many verses on this. And I know brothers like, I know brothers that listen to this got precepts for days. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making this a real long video, man. I just want to get into a few things, man. Because you can literally go precept. You got precepts all over for this subject. All right. I said 3:12, right? It's like Israel. Isaiah 3 and 12. All right, Slovakia. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's going on with this thing right now. All right, Israel, there we go. All right. Isaiah chapter 12. Chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. So you see that it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. You see that, Israel? That's what I'm telling you, man. This is all by design. The children, those children that's in the streets, that's gangsters and killing everybody and talking about this block is mine, and you understand, these most of them are ran by a fatherless household. You understand what I'm saying? I know y'all know this. Most of the brothers that's in prison are fatherless men or young boys. You understand? So they knew this. So it says one more time, Isaiah 3 and 12, it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. This is crazy, man. You know, and this is nothing new. We know, you know what I mean? Listen, man, this stuff is all talked about. Everything, man. Everything that we go through as a people is already recorded. You understand? I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 28, and I'm going to go to 54. Let's bring out a few curses. All right? 28 and 54. All right? So it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. This is another reason. This is why we don't get along with each other. This is black on black violence right here. His eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom. All right? And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. You can't tell me that this ain't our people. It's easy. Everybody, I know you know. These are the curses on the Israelites that were going to happen to us. Let me read that one more time. So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. That's baby daddy. Deadbeat dads right there. All right? And I'm going to read 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set her soul, the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Can't tell me that this not happen, Israel. You understand? I mean, you know, one thing these heathens know, all of them. I'm gonna talk about Esau real fast. Esau know that if he can make us go off and not keep the laws, that's why we learn Christianity and serving their God, or white Jesus, which is Caesar Borgia. That's why, Salakia. That's why, you know what I mean, they had us in a Christian church talking about we don't have to keep the laws no more. Why would they keep you? Why would they tell us to keep the law? So our God can return to us? That's impossible. Why would they do that? You understand, Israel? So anyway, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring this out. I'm gonna bring out Judah 5 and 20 and 21. I want to show you something that they knew about us. These people know who we are, Israel. They know that we're the Israelites of the Bible. So they do whatever they do. I mean, whatever they have to do to keep us from keeping the laws of the Most High. You understand that? And I'm gonna read something to you. I'm gonna show you something. And, you guys can turn with me to Judith. This is an Apocrypha. The Apocrypha was in the original 1611 Bible. All right. If you get yourself a 1611 Bible, you will see the book of Judith in there. All right, the book of Maccabees, first and second Maccabees, Ezra's, for 1 and 2. You'll see all these books in there. You understand? But you know, of course, they had to remove that. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's go into this. Judah 5 and 20. All right, I'm gonna go to 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. So they knew that if we don't keep the laws, they can overcome us. They can keep us in captivity, basically. You understand? But they didn't understand. They didn't know that this spirit was going to come up right now. They probably did know it was going to happen eventually. You know what I mean? But the Most High sent that spirit and woke our people up. And that Ezekiel 37 happened. You understand? The Most High breathed that spirit in us again. That air, that oxygen, man. You understand? Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. That's something I had to bring out right there. They knew, they understand that if they keep us in sin, that we will always be in this bondage. They know that our power is powerful. You understand? They know who our God is. You understand? But see, the average white man don't know, maybe, or Edomite, or these other nations. The average ones might not know, but for the most part, they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we just waiting, man. And I'm gonna tell you something else. And like I was saying about Christianity, this is the reason why we were taught Christianity. People think that Christianity has something to do with the Bible. Every time they hear Christian, they think of the Bible. They think the Bible is a Christian book. The Bible is not a Christian book. This is a book of the Hebrew Israelites. This is our law, statutes, and commandments, our way of life, and our of now, the future, the present, the past, present, and future. That's what this book is. This was stolen from our people, our records. But the Most High allowed that so we can get it at the end, because he knew that we were going to come back to it. They knew they couldn't. They used this book against us, which was not even a whole book. It was the slave Bible, which recently came out. And I knew it was something different, because they only teach you certain verses, just like in Catholic, Catholic Church, the Christian Church. They take from the scriptures and then make a doctrine. Like most of them took Paul's writing. Christianity ain't nothing but Paul's writings, a doctrine, because they don't understand Paul. Because Paul is telling you exactly what everybody else say in the scriptures. But they'll take Paul writing, which they misunderstand. You can go to Peter for that. They misunderstand, and they try to go against what Christ say and the Most High say. Matter of fact, let me bring that verse out, man, real quick. What's that? I think it's Second Peter's 3:15. Let me make sure, but I think that's it. Second Peter's 3:15. That's something we gotta bring that out. I know this don't have nothing to really do with everything, but this is very important, man. Second Peter's 3:15. And the account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, have written unto you, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of things which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable they wrestle with Paul's writings, as they do also the other scriptures, unto their own destruction. You understand that? Their own destruction. Yo, man, listen, man, this is like my first video I ever did. I know I need to do more, man. I need to start getting into this, man, but I'm not really a video person too much, you know what I'm saying? And, that's just not me, but, some things you just got to bring out. And I'm just trying to start doing it more, man, to give this information to our people, you know what I mean? And do my part, you know what I'm saying? And, also, man, we're going to be hitting these streets again, man. Me and Brother Yazar, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to start bringing it out again, man, and get our people, man. Wake up our men. Wake up our women. Let them know that y'all the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of Indian and Negro descent, that we are those people. We're the people in that book. We need to come back to our power. Leave that Christian church that's teaching you their God. Leave Islam that's teaching you their God. Buddhism teaching you their God. The God we serve is the Almighty, Yahweh. With that, man, I say shalom, Israel, Shabbat Shalom. You know what I'm saying? And this, like I said, this brother HoshaYah out of Raleigh, North Carolina, out of Durham area. Man, just get at us, man, and we just want to teach, man, and get our people right, man, so we can get out of this place, because we got next. You understand that? Shalom.